Hi there, Sandila here. The cow lives on top of the hill and gardens on top of the hill. Here are some of the old photos of when I started gardening. This is used to be my composting bin where I would throw food scraps from the kitchen and everything and anything, and I would get composting out of it. And this is the view of my house or of my yard. Yeah, this is a sunrise from the east going up. Yes, to bless my plants with its energy and the sun rays. And further there, it's the clouds resting on the thousand hills that we live in here in my valley. My beautiful spinach. This is an enclosure that we had to put down to build the kids the jungle gym. And I had a bunch of ginger harvest. A lot of it. There's a video on it. Check it out. My red cabbages that survived the caterpillars and all the other pests. And my lettuce, beautiful lettuce. I enjoy lettuce, by the way, not from the shop, from my own garden. And yes, small ginger. Before I washed it, before I cleaned it, small ginger. It is quite easy to plant ginger. You can also plant it and enjoy it fresh. The aroma and the taste, I love to chew on it raw and get that spiciness in my taste buds, and it gives me that tingling feeling. So yeah, you can also do it. Check the video out there on my channel. Red cabbage again, beautiful. I love growing them. They take time. They're not as quick as the green cabbage, but I love them. With back on ginger again. Seem to be more ginger photos because I tend to plant ginger in all my beds, and then so I'll harvest it in different times as I harvest something like this one. I think it was with sweet potato. There you go. There's sweet potato there. Plenty sweet potato, nice and fresh and crunchy. It's more ginger. It still has salt, so you can't really see it clearly. Hardly can see it clearly. Another bunch of sweet potatoes. I think the reason why there's two stacks there, it's because they came from two different packets. I now have about almost 6-7 packets that I plant on and try and harvest them in rotations. Another bunch of ginger. As I said, it is a habit of mine to plant ginger with the sweet potato on the same container. And then when I harvest the sweet potato, inevitable, I'll have to harvest the ginger. Often the time, the ginger plant will die way before I am intending to harvest the sweet potato, so which gives ginger enough time to grow as big as it wants or as it can. And then whenever I turn the bucket over of sweet potato, then I'll also get the ginger out of it. Yeah, so it's doable, guys. That's my young son, my third son, then helping me in the garden. It's good to expose them young in this garden so that they know where the food we eat come from. Eggplant. This season I had beautiful, huge eggplants from my eggplants. Brinjals from the eggplants. Yeah, brinjals. We call them brinjals. Yeah, view again of my beautiful background. This is the back of my house. Or I don't know, some people say it's the front. And it's a red cabbage. A few of them, I think there's about 2 of them in this container, in this bowl here. Yeah, it's a red cabbage. um, I enjoy it as a salad. I don't enjoy it cooked, but I enjoy it as a salad. I make coleslaw with it, using it and carrots and mayonnaise. Beautiful coleslaw. Yummy, yummy coleslaw. That's my lemon tree that has not failed. Every year it produces, every year it feeds us with vitamin C, and every year we get lemons that the kids enjoy with the porridge, with the tea, with lemon themselves. And there's my 1010, the third one, caring harvest. It's a very, very useful one, this one. I think I was clearing. Those are palm trees there on the bucket. Yes, that's. I need to make a video on that. And these were peas. These were peas. As you can see, I had to protect them from the monkeys because I have the monkey problem here. Yeah, these are the peas. We had quite a good harvest of peas. Not as much as I had liked, but it was a good harvest. I mean, we had about 2 portions of them. Avocados and brinjals or eggplants. Again, my avocado tree never fails. Every year it feeds us with avocados. The peppers, well, of course, the peppers, they now and again vary depending on the strain or which one. On this bowl, I had carrots, I had radish, I had hot peppers, I had basil, I had, it's that time, yes, and what you call this other herb. Yeah, but I had like about 3 or 4 herbs, yes, and radishes and carrots and the chili pepper. And we cooked a storm, and I can't explain and express the joy of eating the food that you just got from the garden. The taste is never the same as the one that you go and buy from the supermarket, which has already had like 3, 4, 5 days, 7 days, sitting either on a refrigerator or wherever. This is where I had the enclosure, but now we have the kiddies jungle gym. I had cleared this patch, and this is my this was the smallest veggie bed that we had. I had to move it out of the way there, and this was the second smallest. It was bigger than the other one. These were pepper plants on it, which produced quite a lot of peppers. Again, this is where we have the jungle gym now for the boys. But I had cornfield there. There was corn, there was spinach, there was cabbage, there was beans. Probably there will be a video where you'd see me harvesting beans in an enclosure. This is where that enclosure was. It was right here. We had to remove a lot of dirt, put some compost and clear it up. These my goodness, these trees are so huge now. This is a lime and an orange tree. Oh, they're gone. Well, that was a lime and an orange tree. I need to do an update on them because they are so huge now and they are producing. And this is when I was first beginning the gardening process. I started small with a very small using materials that I already had in the yard. And then I started going big and buying things like conjoint containers, like these containers with potatoes. These are potatoes, all of these here. And I think there's videos where I'm harvesting them, and then you can check those videos out. I think one of the videos is already up where I'm harvesting the potatoes that we had for dinner. that day when I harvested them. And then the bigger containers, they would often have sweet potato, not the actual potato. Yeah, and this is the enclosure where I had peas. I had harvested peas and then I had planted something different here. This used to be the sweet potato enclosure until it got burnt by the fire that comes from down the valley. And there's a video on that as well. And as you can see, I had potatoes and then there was sweet potatoes here. Also, I had to protect it because the monkeys, they dig them out. This is my starting seedlings. This is my starting seedlings there before I transplant them to the beds. This is one of the big beds, raised beds that I had. And it had a variety of veggies in it there. Yeah, and this is, we've seen this one. And a small one, I think I had put peppers now on this one. I had put peppers on this one, the red peppers. And then this is the smallest one. Yeah, I mean, it's such a fulfilling and rewarding exercise to garden, because once these plants have grown and they start producing and feeding you, it's like whoa, it's I don't know, I can't explain